Hey, welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to talk about how to warm up for baseball before practice or a game. But my way to warm up isn't the only way, so you don't have to copy everything I do. But my routine has worked for me for years, and this is definitely a good place to start with yours. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Upswing Baseball, where we give you tips and drills to improve your baseball skills. So subscribe and hit the bell if you want to take your baseball skills to the next level. And let's just do this. So it's always good to start your warm up with a little jog. You could just jog to center, like a lot of people just do that, or you could go longer. Sometimes I run a full pull if I'm feeling a little tight, and it's a jog, so don't sprint or don't walk either. You guys know how to jog. But then I get back in after the jog and I start up with my leg stretches. And for all of them, I start on the foul line and walk about to 90 feet to second base, and then I jog on back. And I start with knee pulls, like a lot of people do. You guys know how to do it. Pull the knee to the chest, as you can see. Then I jog back to the foul line and do quad pulls. All the way down to second, jog back. Not gonna explain it because you guys already know how to do those, I hope. But next I do this stretch. I don't know the name, but you lean both ways and switch sides and do the same thing facing the other way. And after that, I do Frankensteins. We just got two more. Next, I do skips while doing the Michael Phelps thing with your arms, you know. And after that, do side shuffles, still swinging the arms like that, as you guys can see. Pretty self-explanatory, not too complicated. You guys are athletes, you can figure it out if you don't understand something. And then if you want to stretch out your calves, you can do this one. I do it sometimes when I feel a little tight there. But that is it for the leg stretches. So now I got to get my arm ready to throw, so I get right into arm stretches. And everybody knows about the J-bands. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but that's definitely a great way to warm up your arm too, and I highly recommend those. I'll probably make a video about that in the future, hopefully, so stay tuned for that. But for all of these arm stretches, every single one, I either do 10 seconds or 10 reps. So after I jog back from doing the side shuffles, I go right over to the fence and do this stretch, 10 seconds each side. Then I do across the body like that and behind the head, 10 seconds each arm. Then I do arm circles, forwards, slowly getting bigger, and then backwards, slowly getting bigger. And then I do these L things with the arms, you know. Y'all done that before, hopefully. 10 of those, just like everything else, like I already said. And then if my throwing partner isn't ready to go yet, I'll do some forearm stuff too, bend back, you know, that good old stuff. But I only do that some days. But by now, I'm all stretched out, everything's loose and ready to get throwing. So now I'm gonna go over my throwing routine with you guys. Even though it seems kind of dumb, I know. I start out with wrist flicks. They're good to make sure you're spinning the ball right and getting that rotation on the ball. And it's gonna add a little bit of velo, that little wrist flick at the end of your pitch or your throw across the diamond or whatever position you play. And just 10 of them, and then I stand right up, back up to 20 to 30 feet and do what I call twist throws. I don't know what they're actually called, but you can see, bend back, throw. When I do these, I'm not just twisting and throwing. I'm not just screwing around. I'm focusing on some things. I'm trying to keep my core tight and trying to get hip to shoulder separation, where if you didn't know, 80% of velocity comes from that hip to shoulder separation, according to a study, and 10 of those too. And after that, I back up 10 more feet or so and do some rockers, as you can see. On these, I focus on pushing off my back foot, pulling the glove into my chest, pulling that glove side back hard, and then my arm rockets forward. And then after that, the rest of my routine's not really set in stone. I just kind of listen to my arm and my throwing partner. Usually when I get back to like 60, 70 feet, since I'm a pitcher, I'll throw a couple change ups and spin a couple curveballs just to make sure I keep a feel for those pitches. But I just keep backing up slowly, and I go all the way back to long toss. And I throw long toss as much as I can because that's a big part of what strengthens your arm. So unless you have a good reason not to do long toss, I would highly recommend doing it. But like I said, you gotta listen to your arm, listen to your throwing partner. If your throwing partner's super sore, he just threw like 100 pitches yesterday, obviously you can't stretch it out with him. And like, be smart, of course. If you're pitching the next day or that game, don't blow out your arm or anything. Don't be dumb. But yeah, if you're just practicing, you're not really playing any games anytime soon, stretch it out as much as you can, build up that arm strength, because when the season comes around, you'll find that long toss made a difference. But anyways, when I start bringing it in, I like doing quick transfers and throwing it as hard as I can back to my partner. And if you got plenty of time, I would stop around 20 feet or so from your partner and do some more quick transfers just to work on that. Really important in the field to have those quick hands, you know. So that's how I warm up. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my way is not the only way to warm up, but I love the routine that I have going because it's been working for me ever since I started it. It gets every part of the body stretched out. I haven't had any issues, especially with my arm. I haven't been really that sore, nothing more than just kind of sore, no arm problems, anything like that. That isn't really just because of my warm-up routine, it's also the other things like J-bands, weighted balls, icing, taking care of my arm in other ways like that. So if you don't know what any of those things are, I'll make videos about those in the future too. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and this helped you out. But now I would love it if you had headed down to the description and checked out the cool stuff I got down there. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, click the one down there, please, and subscribe if you are not, and I will see you later.